What I feel is that we are at a point where something like a timeline shift or a timeline split is happening. So people who are not ready are going to be attached to things that we are meant to let go on a collective level. And because not everybody is ready to let go, something like a timeline split will happen. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome back to Rooted in the Cosmos, your podcast for all things spiritual leadership, higher consciousness, and New Earth vision. My name is Isabel Gloria. I'm your host, and I know there was a 2-week break. I couldn't record for the last 2 weeks. In almost a year of this podcast, I never missed a week, but the last couple of weeks, or the last 2 weeks, I felt really sick. I didn't feel well, and I would have sounded like very weird if I would have recorded. But I'm back now, and I am recording this one day before the Lionsgate portal. So it felt right to tap into the energy that is currently around us, because I feel like the energy is very heightened right now, and a lot of people can feel it. And it's been like that for a while. I mentioned it in another episode a while ago that the energy, like there is a shift going on and something is going on, and a lot of people feel it. But especially now, as we get to this peak of energy on the 8th of August on the Lionsgate portal day, I want to tap into the energy for this month. And like I did before, I want to do that for my community. So I'm going to tap into the energy of everyone listening to this podcast, everyone being in my community, being part of this beautiful online space that we have created together. So if you're listening for the first time, take it as a sign that this reading is for you. And if you are listening every week, if you are part of my community already, this is obviously for you as well. So take it as a sign. I'm going to tap into the energy. And as always, I'm going to explain really quickly how I do my readings. I do use oracle cards, and I've already pulled them. They're in front of me as I'm recording this, but I don't use them in the classical way of looking up their meaning. I do use them as a tool. And when I look at the card and read the name of the card and see the artwork on the card, something gets activated in me, and the message that wants to come through comes through, and I can express that. The card just triggers this activation within me, and I use that as like a tool for this channeling to come through. That's how I always do it. That's how it resonates the most with my clients, and also in my collective readings, it resonates with a lot of people. So I feel like that is a great way for me that I found out on how to get to that message that wants to come through. Because the energy is so strong right now and the veil is so thin, I also want to take a moment to call upon all of our guides, like everyone who's listening to this. If you're listening right now, take a moment to really feel into that as well, because time and space does not apply to energy. So even if you're calling up on your guides now, they will give you like the message or the interpretation of my message that I'm telling you that you need the most right now. So I want to take a moment to call up on all our guides, on our cosmic selves, on everyone from the light who wants to support us in this reading and who has a message to come through and to be heard. Take a deep breath in with me. Set the intention to call upon all your guides and your cosmic self, your higher aspects, and really feel that you will receive from this reading what you need right now in this very moment. Maybe even set an intention for a certain topic in your life that you want guidance on, or a certain question that you have. Just take a moment to set an intention. Be open and receptive to the message that wants to come through. This is a collective reading, so not every single message may resonate with you in the same way. Some may be not for you at this time, but be open to receiving a message, even if it's not what you want to hear. Because if you block out whatever you do not want to hear, it keeps you from actually growing and thriving, because sometimes we need to hear things that are not pleasant, that are not what we want to hear in that moment, and we need to hear them so much. So be open to receive whatever wants to come through, and be open to be receptive and to understand the message in a way that makes sense to you. That being said, I'm going to turn around the first card that is right in front of me, and I'm just going to hop straight in. The first card is the letting go card, and what immediately comes through is that this is a collective card. This is a card that is meant for the collective, and the message behind that card is meant for the collective. What I feel is that we are at a point where something like a timeline shift or a timeline split is happening. So people who are not ready are going to be attached to things that we are meant to let go on a collective level. And because not everybody is ready to let go, something like a timeline split will happen. I'm going to explain what I mean by that. A timeline split is, like it says, a split in timelines. So on a collective scale, something that happens or something that is going on energetically is splitting our reality into two potential timelines. And it's something that we don't notice that much. You notice it if you're really tuned in and if you're really like tapped in with your cosmic self and with your higher aspects. That's when you can notice something like this. But usually if it happens on a collective scale, we don't even notice it, because once you switch to another timeline, your entire reality and everyone around you has switched with you. Otherwise, they wouldn't be around you anymore. A very tangible example of that is, and it happens to a lot of people actually, is that we often lose touch with part of our family that we used to be in touch with, in close contact with in our childhood. So at one point, the family kind of splits up, and one part of the family doesn't really know about the other part of the family anymore. I'm talking like bigger family, like aunts, uncles, cousins, like the bigger part of your family. You most likely are not in contact with all of them. Sometimes it's just like logistic reasons. They're far away. You don't see them often. But very, very often what people experience is that the family develops in different directions. And a couple of people have contact with each other. And then there's another group that has contact, but they don't really cross paths anymore. And that is how you can imagine a timeline split. They are living a different reality. They perceive things differently than the part of your family that is still in contact with you. And you could purposefully meet up, but naturally that just doesn't happen anymore. And that is how you can imagine a collective timeline split. So a portion of the collective is splitting off from the other portion. And naturally, these two realities don't really meet each other anymore. Like the people in it don't really meet each other, and they have a different perception of reality. There's a lot more to it if we would go into dimensions and subdimensions and like the whole spiritual and cosmic aspect of that. But simply said, that is what I feel is happening right now. We are at the place in time where a timeline split either already has happened or is in the process of happening. And what we're being called to do is to let go of things collectively. So that could mean something different for everyone. And it could also mean letting go of a certain energy, letting go of a certain heaviness that has become the new norm in the last couple of years, because everything that happened collectively and is still happening. Like the world is a heavy place right now, and there's a lot of heaviness energetically. But what we are being called to do is to let go of heaviness that is not necessarily to hold on to, so we can evolve and ascend to a new timeline. This is not going to be a huge jump, so it's not about ascending to like whole different dimension. It's just a subtle timeline shift that over time will be the better path to choose. So whatever is holding you down right now, whatever is weighing you down, and you can let go of that, but you're still attached to it. Do everything you can to loosen that attachment and to let go and to go into the energy of starting a new chapter, of seeing things clearly again and starting fresh. Like that is an energy that comes through very strongly. And this could mean anything. It could mean that you want to really work on getting inspired again to create content if you're a content creator and really get your message out there. I know a lot of content creators and a lot of business owners are listening. That's why I'm highlighting that. I feel that we are at a time where a lot of new creative energy is flowing in. But to receive that energy, that inspired energy, we need to let go of the things that are clogging our channels. The next card is called choices. What I'm getting as a message is very similar to what I've just talked about. You have a choice to make, and this choice is something that determines your timeline, that determines your future, that determines where you are going within the next couple of months and where you are going creatively, where you are going with your inspiration, how inspired, how fulfilled, how activated you are going to feel. So part of it is also to choose to live your best life, to do everything you can to get yourself in a high vibration. It can be healthy habits, it can be good food, it can be walking in nature daily. It can be everything that you know is good for you, but you don't do it enough. It can be sports, it can be anything. You know best what you avoid, even though it is great for you and you feel great afterwards. So you have to make the choice to live a healthy life, to live an active life, to live an inspired life, and to also kind of romanticize what you already have. So instead of clinging to like a future visualization, try to bring that energy of what you want to manifest, what you want to live, bring that into your current reality somehow and already be in that energy. That is how it will come to you even faster. So that is the choice you can make. You can choose to activate yourself and get yourself into a high vibration and into like this reality, this energy of this reality that you want to live, or you can choose to just dream about it and to stay stuck and stay in this weighty energy that is currently going on. So that is your choice that you need to make. And it also has to do with timelines and with where you are going. The third card is a card that is called vacation. And I'm smiling as this message is coming through because if you've listened to my other readings, I always say, like, let's see if there's a theme going on in this reading again or if it's separated messages. And clearly, I already can tell there is a theme going on because the message that comes through with the vacation card is that you are meant to create an energy in your daily life, no matter your current circumstances, that make you feel like you're already living in abundance, in fulfillment, in this dream life that you want to create and that everyone wants to create for themselves. And the message is that it's already available to you and that you are on the way there. You just don't realize that. So every choice you make, which is the card that we just talked about, every little choice, every big choice, every choice in general is either bringing you closer to where you want to be or it's bringing you further away from where you want to be. And it's keeping you stuck in that old timeline, in your old personal timeline, as well as the old collective timeline. So the vacation card means that you should bring more light-hearted energy into your life. I know this is not easy depending on your circumstances, but I also know that you are a sovereign, powerful being and that no matter what is going on, no matter where you are in life, you have the power to evoke a new energy in your life. You have the power to do that always. It means something different for everyone. So if you are at a very dark point in your life, if you don't have any energy, if you feel like things are crumbling, you may have to start with something small, with something that makes you feel connected to yourself again. Committing to a daily meditation practice, committing to something that you do for yourself, signing up for a very self-nourishing course, or doing a daily practice that you really like. It doesn't have to involve any investments. You can also do that completely for free, just for yourself. But do something that makes you feel like you're doing something for yourself. If you are in a place where you don't have that inspiration automatically and where it's really hard for you to even get to a place to be in a good energy, that is what you have to do. You have to find something that makes it worth waking up, that makes it worth taking the time for yourself, and that makes you feel really good about yourself and about taking time for yourself. If you already are in a quite decent state, if you feel okay, the vacation card is your sign to really level that up. So whatever needs to happen for you to make a jump forward and to move forward in your life, you need to do that now. The vacation does not mean lean back and chill and don't do anything. It means create the life that allows you to live like you're on a constant vacation. By that, I don't mean not doing anything. By that, I mean living a fulfilled life that feels like you don't have to take off time from work because you are actually fulfilled with what you do in your daily life, with how you lead your life, with how you start your day, with how your routines are. And no matter where you are in your life currently, you can at least bring something about that energy, about that future ideal vision into your current life. I want to add in a little personal story here because I feel like it fits and I automatically did what I just told you to do. So, I recently invested in some really nice organic clothing and I looked at these pieces for months now, probably. And I always was like, yeah, they're so nice, but also so expensive. And I already have so many clothes. Like, do I really need them? And a couple of days ago, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna order these because I know that they will feel amazing on my skin. I will have an amazing energy with them because I know they've been made sustainably. They have good materials. They're completely organic. And I just love to be in that energy. I just love to treat myself to things like that. So I made this investment and I'm really looking forward for my package to arrive this week. And I can't wait. And these are the little things I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be anything materialistic. It happened to be some pieces of clothing for me, but it can also be something that you do or something that you allow yourself to do or take time for. You are worth having these things, having this time for yourself and allowing yourself to feel amazing in your everyday life, no matter what thing or what activity makes you feel like you are worth it. That is where you need to go. That is where your energy needs to come from this abundant, beautiful space of making your life a work of art, romanticizing your life, treating yourself with little things. What I also recently did was doing cacao ceremonies, like just drinking good cacao and taking the time to actually make a little ritual out of it instead of just drinking it while being on my laptop or something like that. Like, take the time to make your life an ongoing vacation, to give yourself this feeling of, I deserve it. My life is a beautiful flow of energy, and there's enough space and time to make little rituals and to live a spiritual, connected, conscious life. Slow down a little bit and allow this good energy to come in. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I turned around the next card and no message came through. So I turned around the last card that I pulled for this reading. And the two cards are Animal Bond and Dove. So how I read that and what is coming through is that the dove is a spirit animal for this reading. So I went online really quick and I looked up what the dove means as a spirit animal. It fits perfectly to this reading. I'm going to read one paragraph to you. Doves are often seen as a symbol of peace, spirituality, hope, renewal, transformation, and love. They can also represent compassion and kindness to others during difficult transitions. The spiritual lessons that we can take from the dove are to practice being present, to be open to synchronicity, to have trust and faith, and to follow our purpose. So I feel like this perfectly sums up this reading. It's all about tapping into an energy that allows you to move forward, that allows you to switch to a timeline where things can align for you. You have to take action still, but it is all about the energy behind it. I want you to take action. I want you to be empowered. I want you to do the things that you know will bring you closer to your goals and will bring you into the state of living a beautiful, fulfilled life. But this reading is all about energetics. Ask yourself, what can I do in my daily life with what I have from where I'm now to make myself feel more connected with a higher timeline, to make myself enjoy my everyday life more, and to make myself feel like I'm actually moving toward a better reality, because that's what you do. Everything is based on energy. Everything is based on frequency. So when I tell you work on your energy, bring yourself into an energetic state of something you want to achieve or something you want to live every day, I'm not just saying this because it sounds pretty. I'm saying this because I know that everything is based on frequency, and that the frequency that you embody the most and that you have in your life as part of your everyday life is going to multiply, and it's going to attract more of that energy. Like attracts like. So find ways to bring your ideal reality into your current reality. Even journaling and scripting does that. Even just buying yourself a beautiful cup that reminds you of the future kitchen in your beautiful forest house, forest cabin that you want to own one day. Even stuff like that helps you be in that energy. Don't wait for it to pop up in your future. Already do what you can to bring yourself into that state, to bring yourself into this energy and make that frequency part of your current reality. That is, by the way, the whole point of scripting. By scripting is a form of journaling. So you journal about your ideal life, the things you want to manifest as if they were already happening. And you do that every day or very regularly. And with that, you bring that energy of what you want to attract because you're writing as if it was already happening. You bring that energetically in your current reality. The universe doesn't understand if you are physically already living what you energetically bring into your life, or if it's just energy and frequency. Because in the grand scheme of things, the physical isn't even that important. We make it so important. We make it so impossible to manifest physical things. But that's not the reality. That's the block that we as humans put there. Physical stuff is not really important in the grand scheme of things. So the universe doesn't respond to physical, it responds to frequency and energy. So when you script or when you journal about things as if you already had them, as if that already was your life continuously and repeatedly, you already bring that energy of what you want in the future. You already bring that into your current life, and you implement that energy into the soup of energies that your life is made up of. And you're already attracting what you want. That's the whole, like, very simply said, that's the whole point of manifestation and of journaling and of scripting. And I want you to do that. However, that is going to happen for you, whether you want to script and actually journal about it, or you want to take actions that make you feel like you're already living that life, or you want to also buy yourself some beautiful organic clothes that just make you feel amazing and make you feel in a high vibration. It doesn't really matter what you do. It's very personal. But that is the whole message for today. Like, that is the overall message. Do things and take action to switch to your personal higher timeline, because the energy collectively is very, very much present. We are in a collective timeline split. That's what I'm genuinely feeling. And that is the perfect time for you to personally also switch to a higher timeline and to make that happen. And especially right now in the month of August, that is something I want you to focus on. I want you to take time out of your day to really dedicate yourself to manifesting or attracting what in whatever way feels right for you, attracting that reality, that energy you want to live. That being said, as always, I hope this reading activated something within you and it resonated with you, and you know what to do, and you know what your personal steps are to get into that energy that you want to attract. And just know that the energy is powerful right now. The universe is always working for you, not against you. All the blocks that are keeping you from what you want to have are there for a reason. They need to be worked through for you to actually evolve to the person that is going to align and going to match up with the things you desire. So don't ever feel like you are blocking yourself from your greatest gifts, or you're blocking yourself from a reality that you want to live. The blocks are here so they can work as a catalyst for you to actually evolve into the person that easily attracts everything that you desire. I'm wishing you a wonderful week. If you want to reach out or have a question, you can always send an email to podcast@isabelgloria.com, or you can send me a DM on Instagram or TikTok. It's both at Isabel Gloria. Everything is linked in the show notes, and I will talk to you next Sunday. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.